Hey everyone, Bombet here and welcome. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you my top 10 facts about the Mangle from Five Nights at Freddy's 2. So, coming up in fact number 10, we have Mangle's origins. As many of you may know, the Mangle's original name was Funtime Foxy, as seen in FNAF World. They would have been the toy counterpart to Foxy in Five Nights at Freddy's 2. However, due to the nature that the kids played with the Mangle, they often pulled her apart, and the staff had to keep fixing her every single shift, until eventually the staff gave up on reassembling it and left it in a permanent state of disrepair. This is how the Mangle received its name from the staff. I mean, poor Funtime Foxy, imagine being this brand new toy animatronic in the grand reopening, and all the kids pull you apart, and all you're known for is being the mangle of wires on the floor. You know, I really feel sorry for you. Coming up in fact number 9, we have the Bite of 87 theory. In 2015, one of the most significant fan theories was that the Mangle indeed caused the Bite of 87. As we hear Phone Guy describe, the Bite of 87 was an incident where an animatronic bit the frontal lobe of a human off, but miraculously they did survive. Now, where does this involve the Mangle, you ask? Well, in the jump scare in Five Nights at Freddy's 2, you can clearly see the Mangle biting, chomping hard on the frontal lobe area of the night guard. And just by looking at the Mangle's mangled state, it's pretty obvious why many theorists would believe that the Mangle caused the Bite of 87. I mean, just look at that thing. I'd look at that thing and think, well, that's going to bite some kid's head off. But please let me know in the comments down below, who do you think caused the Bite of 87? Coming in fact number 8, we have the Mangle's unique movement style. As you know, the animatronics like to walk around and, get a bit quirky at night, but the Mangle takes this a step too far. Unlike the other animatronics that walk around on the floor, the Mangle decides to walk on the ceiling. I mean, Scott clearly had a field day when making Mangle. That is awesome. And I mean, the Mangle can just go anywhere. They can walk on the floor, squeeze into a tiny little ball and go through the vents. They can walk on the ceiling. They can do anything. The Mangle is a spider, and kudos to Scott because that is terrifying. Now, coming up in fact number 7, we have the debate of Mangle's gender. For many years, the fandom debated and argued over the Mangle's gender. Is it a man? Is it a woman? Is it both? We had no idea. Until the one and only Scott Coffin gave us an official answer and addressed the controversy by answering the question with yes. So you heard it there, folks, the Mangle's official gender is yes. So that does clear the debate. But before Scott cleared this up, there was flames in the fandom, because Scott sometimes calls the Mangle a she and a he, and I'm pretty sure the Mangle's in the ladies' night, but Phone Guy calls her a he. So we had no idea until Scott decided to clear this up by saying yes, and that is the most fantastic answer. Okay, so coming up in fact number 6, we have the Mangle's second head. As seen in Five Nights at Freddy's 2, the Mangle's design is ripped apart, exposed. You can see the endoskeleton with wires poking out. And among all those, you can see the Mangle's second head. This is likely an original part of the Mangle's endoskeleton from before they was all mangled and messed up and ripped apart. Now, in my opinion, this is most likely to be a parrot on Mangle's shoulder. I think that makes a lot of sense with Rockstar Foxy also having Pickles the pirate on his shoulder. But let me know, what do you guys think the Mangle's original second head was intended to be? But I mean, Scott could have just added the head on because it looks scary. We never know. Okay, now coming in with fact number 5, we have the Mangle's radio static. As seen in Five Nights at Freddy's 2, the Mangle emits this loud radio static. But this isn't just to add ambience in the game, this actually has some kind of significance. Many believe and theorize that this is actually a radio frequency that is broadcasted by the police. Next time the Mangle is in your vent, have a careful listen and you can make out words which sounds like a conversation between police officers. This could be the Mangle talking to the police, maybe about the murders it's seen, about the, the bodies scattered around, the DCI, as many call it. It's really, really interesting. And of course, it just plays a mechanic, so Mangle is in the vent, right, without checking. But again, kudos to Scott, because it's such an awesome detail that the static ambience actually has meaning. It's not just a scary noise. So good job, Scott. Good job. Coming in fact number 5, we have Phantom Mangle's unique role in Five Nights at Freddy's 3. Unlike the other Phantoms, Phantom Mangle does not jump scare us, but instead, when accessing Cam 4, there is a small chance that Phantom Mangle may be there, and when you lower down the camera, they will slowly lift up behind the window, playing that same police static we hear in Five Nights at Freddy's 2. This creates a loud noise which causes Springtrap to come towards you quicker. Also, the loud noise makes it harder to hear Springtrap's sound cues. I mean, if I was the night guard in Five Nights at Freddy's 3, I think I would probably just leave through the exit door on my left, but I mean, that's just me, guys. What would you do? Coming in fact number 4, we have Nightmare Mangle's role in Five Nights at Freddy's 4. Added to the Steam version of Five Nights at Freddy's 4, a new launch option was added to the game. This new launch option was, of course, the Five Nights at Freddy's 4 DLC, which we all know and love as the Halloween update. This brought even more terrifying characters to the game. I mean, how is that even possible? The game is terrifying as is. Among all those terrifying characters was Nightmare Mangle. Even more twisted and broken and menacing than in Five Nights at Freddy's 2 and 3. This new nightmarish version of Mangle replaces Nightmare Foxy in the closet in Five Nights at Freddy's 4, but with the now iconic radio static from Five Nights at Freddy's 2 and 3. I mean, come on guys, just look at this thing, it's terrifying. I mean, I don't think I would ever be able to sleep again if I had a nightmare about this. Coming up in fact number 3, we have the Mangle's final FNAF appearance. As you all know, the Mangle was in Five Nights at Freddy's 2, 3, 4, FNAF World, Ultimate Custom Night, and Help Wanted, and finally, FNAF AR Special Delivery. Now, a little off topic, I loved that game. I'm pretty sad it's gone, but I mean, who knows? Hey, we might see Mangle again in another game in a couple of years, and I really hope so, because the Mangle's design is just so iconic and terrifying. It's just a monstrous piece of art. Now, coming up in fact number 2, we have how to stop the Mangle in Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Now, as the Mangle shares obviously a Fox similarity with Foxy, you would think that, hey, maybe shining the flashlight in their eyes would stop it, but no. The Mangle works on a completely different basis than Foxy. Similar to the other toy animatronics, to stop Mangle you just need to put on the Freddy mask, but only when you hear the static in the right vent or when you see her head there. Failure to do so and, well, I don't really want to lose my frontal lobe, do you guys? It is kind of funny though that this monster, Mangle's a monster and it's a big spider skeleton that slowly comes towards you, but I mean, hey, you just gotta put on the scary bear mask and the Mangle just goes away. It's a pretty funny flaw that all the animatronics have except Foxy and the puppet, And now, coming up in fact number 1, we have the ladies' night debate. Now, we kind of did touch on this earlier with the Mangle's gender debate. This caused flames on the communities back in the day, on Reddit. And it deserves to be on the top 10 list. Now, picture this. You're a theorist in 2014 and you're trying to figure out Mangle's gender. By beating the game, you can see the ladies' night does have the Mangle in, so many people would think that's evidence enough to say the Mangle is a she. But Ralph, our good old friend the phone guy, says, and I quote, "So they redesigned him to be more kid-friendly. So eventually they stopped trying and left him as some take apart and put back together attraction." Now this and the fact that the Mangle's in the ladies' night caused flames back in 2015 about Mangle's debate. But like we said earlier, Scott confirms that Mangle's canon gender is yes. Now, with all that being said, we are done. So thank you so much for watching my video. If you did enjoy, please consider leaving a like, subscribing, or leaving a comment. Let me know, who should I do next? But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. It really, really does mean a lot to me that you guys watch these videos. And it's really fun making them. So I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye!